Hello, my beautiful friends. How's everybody doing today? So, today I thought you could get to know me a little better. Those of you that have been here for a very long time, thank you so much. I absolutely love and adore each and every one of you. But I realize there are a lot of new people here. So, if you want to just get to know me a little better, I think that's what I'm going to do today while I'm applying my makeup. And the makeup that I chose today, I really dug deep in my drawers and I brought out stuff that I haven't used in a while that I'm actually really excited to use. But yeah, if you just want to know a little bit more about me, just get to know me, this is what this video is about. And I'm super excited to share some of my stories with you. All right, so if it seems like something you're going to enjoy, please stick around because we're about to get into all that right now. So yeah, I was just looking through my comments and there's been a few that said, "Oh, I didn't know that about you," or they just discovered something. And I thought about it. I'm like, I haven't done one of these videos in a very long time. Now, again, those of you that have been here for a very long time, you probably know everything about me, but I might mention something today that you haven't heard. So please stick around. I don't want you guys to leave either. And it'll just be fun, us girls just hanging out. So maybe go grab some makeup or coffee or a glass of wine, come back, and you can hear my crazy stories. You guys, a lot of you loved my story times, and I love doing those. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put a playlist around here and in the description box. That way you can just go listen to my crazy stories because there was quite a few. Okay, so like I mentioned, yeah, I'm just going to be using makeup, I haven't used in a long time, and I'll just be kind of showing it to you while I talk about myself, I guess. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then I realized I actually do have one of these e.l.f. primers. If you guys remember when I did my e.l.f., I don't know, dedicated video, I'm like, I don't have an e.l.f. primer. Well, yeah, I did. So that's what you find when you go digging in your drawers. Okay, so let's start back from the beginning. I was born on January 15th, 1971. So this year I will be, what did they say, the double nickels of 55. I'm not looking forward to that at all. There's certain birthdays that just hit hard. I remember when I turned 30, that was really difficult for me. I just thought, oh gosh, my life is over. It was really bad. I remember that birthday distinctly. I thought today too, I'm just going to put my mirror here. I hope it doesn't get, too much in your guys' way, but I just feel like it's just easier for me to apply my makeup than I use these little mirrors here. And I notice when I place like one of them in front of my face, sometimes the lighting gets a little wonky. So we'll just try it like this. Let me know if this bothers you, but anyway, okay, so yeah, I'm going to be the double nickels this year. And I'm just going to use this little palette here by Hard Candy. I just love these. They're very similar to the e.l.f. ones, so I might be just dipping in both of these today. So yeah, they're just really a nice little palettes and give a good color payoff from what I remember. We will see. So yeah, I was born in Michigan. So if you hear my accent, I hear that all the time. Now let me tell you a little bit. I better apply some of my makeup here. Let me tell you a little bit about Michigan's accents. I never realized we had one, and it's really not an accent. I was watching a guy on Instagram yesterday, and he's from Michigan, and he teaches like how to say words. What we do is cut off words. I'm sure you guys have realized it. Like, what was the one word he wrote down? Comfortable. I can't even say it the right way. Comfortable. Well, we say comfortable. We just cut all the words out. Comfortable, but it's comfortable. I don't even know. So anyway, I'm sure a lot of you have heard me say things, and you're probably like, she's saying that completely wrong. Well, for us, it's accurate. So I think that is the Michigan accent. We see yeah a lot. So if you are new here and you are finding that I'm saying all these crazy words, well, it's because I'm from Michigan and that's how we were taught. Okay, that mirror wasn't working either because I'm blind as a bat and I need my magnifying mirror. Oh, the other word that he mentioned was garage. Well, we say garage. Yeah, I'm just going to put that out there. Yeah, we do talk really funny. And again, I never really realized it until you guys pointed it out. So, yeah, but that is the story there. Okay, and I am the second of five children. So there's four girls and one brother in my family. So I'm number two. I have an older sister. There's a set of twins, so the twins are right beneath me, I guess is what you would say. So yeah, and they are identical. And then my brother is the baby boy. You know, I have not used these palettes in so long, and I don't know if it's the e.l.f. Primer or these palettes, but and I'm just so used to these other palettes I've been using for so long. Yeah, I feel like I'm having to work a little bit harder than I remembered. Okay, so anyway, so that is the family size that I came from, and my mother was a stay-home mom, I guess, and my dad worked at the big three GM. So we didn't, we were just, I guess, considered middle class, maybe even slightly below that because there's five kids and only one income. Now, back in the day, it was a lot easier for families to be raised on one income, but yeah, not nowadays. Both parents would have to work. Okay, I am using, let's see. Oh, I grabbed the wrong color here. I didn't want to use this color. I actually wanted to use this color. This is the one I was looking for. It's the green one by Revant. But I forgot I have to put a shimmer on. That's what happens when you are talking and not really paying attention to your makeup here. So I did find this in my collection. Oh my gosh, I remember when these first came out, the KVD Dazzle Sticks. I mean, people went insane, including me, trying to find these in the store. But yeah, I first saw it on Schmick Schmack, and they are beautiful. So yeah, that is the family size. Now, I grew up in a very small town called Lake Orion. Again, that's in Michigan. So if any of you are from Michigan, I don't know if you've even heard of that, a small town, but it's grown since, when I grew up there. But when I grew up there, it was, cornfields, just very small. Pretty much everybody knew everybody. It was really lovely, to tell you the truth. I absolutely loved my childhood. And of course, if we're all the same age, we grew up in the 80s. It was magical. It literally, now looking at things, it was a magical time to grow up. I am so grateful, beyond grateful, that I grew up in those times. Even my mom, she, was born in 47. So she grew up in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and she does even say like the music was better. She loved the movies. She just thought the kids were just fun. We did silly pranks. There was none of this insaneness that goes on today. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We were just so fortunate to grow up in such a beautiful time when we looked forward to going to proms, homecoming games, without a fear of something happening. It just, yeah. So anyway, I got to get back on track here. I'm using a She Glam. This is like a really beautiful highlighter or like something for the inner corner, but it's absolutely beautiful. Wow. It just has like all these beautiful glitter in here and making everything just kind of sparkle. I really love that. And just so you guys know, or if you're new, I never do a script. So anything that comes out of my mouth is just, fly by the moment. So a lot of times I go back and I'm like, oh, darn, I missed something or I hung on to something, too long. So just know that as well. Okay, so that was my childhood. I started working when I was 14 years old, and my first job was actually mowing the lawn and it was a huge lawn. And All we had pretty much back then was those push mowers, and none of the, I don't know, that makes it easier or something. I mean, you literally had to push them. And my first job was mowing a lawn at the age of 14 for a dental office. And my dad would literally drive me there every weekend with the lawnmower in the back of the car, which was, we never had a truck or anything. I know that for a fact. We either had something very small or a station wagon. So we did this. I don't know. So anyway, that was my first job. And then I washed dishes there for a while for a restaurant that I ended up being a waitress for later down the road. And then my first real jobs, I would say, like more full time, was McDonald's. I worked there from when I was 16 to, no, what was it? Yeah, 16 to 19. And I absolutely love that job. That is still one of my favorite jobs to this day. I absolutely loved working for McDonald's. So my senior year, I was kind of panicking what I was going to do with my life because um, going to college was not in the cards for me, just financially, and I just was not a. I will admit it. I'm not afraid to admit my flaws. I just wasn't a very good book smart person. I don't know. I panic during tests and I don't know, just things are really, I struggle, I struggle on that. I mean, if we just did like an assignment, I was fine. But again, when it came to tests or something like that, or something that I had to read extensively on, I did struggle. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, yeah, going to college was not in the cards for me. So I was panicking. And so what I decided to do, my sister was actually working for a dental office at the time. She kind of brought all this into light here. And I go, you know what? I bet you I could do that. So I actually found a job like right before graduation to work for this gentleman or this doctor who was actually pretty new to being a dentist. And so it was really cool because it was new to me, kind of new to him. And he went back to school later in life, which his story is pretty great. I think amazing. Later in life, he decided he was a mechanic, and he decided that he was going to be a dentist. So he opened this practice, and him and I basically ran that show. So it just was really cool, cool times. Okay, so I'm going to be using this. Oh my gosh, I hope it's not bad, but it's by City Beauty Beyond Mascara. It's a volumizing treatment. So, and I think there is something in here to help with your lashes grow. But I'm going to use it. I haven't used this in a very long time. So that was my first, my first real jobs, those two right there. And I worked both of them for like 3 years. I'm not kidding you. I was working at McDonald's and the dental office. Now, the dental office was after graduation, but I held on to the McDonald's one for like a year and finally realized I couldn't do that. Now, in high school, I was a cheerleader. I pretty much dated the same guy. I mean, there was a few here and there, but nothing serious. Yeah, so, and then oh gosh, I'm trying to remember. I met Daryl like right after, Daryl's my husband, by the way. I met Daryl right after high school. And if you guys want to ever hear that whole story, I will pin here too. It was a story time of it's called How I Met Your Father. It's actually like for Kurt, but it's really cool. You can hear the full story how I met Daryl. Okay, that mascara isn't too shabby. Yeah, and it's older, so yeah, I like how it did apply on my lashes. I didn't have to really struggle, and it flicked away pretty easy. Okay, so where was I on this story? This is how I get. Oh, I met Daryl. We were 18, and then we got married at 19 years old. I highly do not recommend that whatsoever, but we beat the odds. This year we're going to be celebrating our 35th wedding anniversary. Can you believe that? I mean, 35 years. Now, nobody would have planned that to be, I'm sure, when we said we were getting married at 19. Trust me, our parents were not very thrilled with us, rightfully so. But, we did it, we made it. And let me just tell you, the struggle was real, though. I mean, it truly was. I mean, on the verge of homelessness, I don't know how many times, because I mean, we're young. No, I mean, he went to college for like 1 year. He went to Ferris State. He was going to be a something with, oh gosh, law enforcement, which I'm thankful that, see, some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers, because I'm so glad he is not anything to do with law enforcement. It's just so dangerous nowadays. I don't know how you guys, if you do have a spouse and any of that, like I know for sure there's a few that of you that do have spouses in the law enforcement and in what is it, the fire department. I don't know how you do it, because I would just be worried sick every night. Anyway, so he only had 1 year. He dropped out so he could get married. Again, we were just ridiculous. I mean, what the heck were we thinking? We both were actually security guards at one time at the mall. You guys, oh my gosh, I look back. But again, I'm so grateful that I did experience these things and to be able to laugh about them now, for sure, because it wasn't funny at the time, but it's definitely a funny now. And again, even through it all, we still had some amazing memories. Okay, so I am going to use this today by It Cosmetics. It's Your Skin But Better CC Plus Cream. And I got mine in the shade, this is light medium. I hope the shade's going to work. Again, I haven't used this in a long time, but I am going to move it around because it's been a while. Yeah, so highly don't recommend getting married at 19 years old. Just crazy, crazy at times. But Daryl did join the service, and we lived in Italy for, oh gosh, he was there 3 years. I think I was there 2 years. What an experience that was. But again, because we were young and stupid, we didn't really appreciate it like we probably would now. And plus, we were broke. He was, low on the totem pole in the service. So, and he was an MP. So that alone, they just worked really weird hours. So we weren't able to do a lot. But we did go to what was it, Venice? Like it was going to Kmart. I kid you not. Like we would go, what do you want to do today? I guess go to Venice. We could do that. So again, if now I look back, I'm like, gosh, we missed out on so many opportunities. Okay, so yes, we spent a few years in Italy. I was, oh gosh, so homesick because I grew up in that very small town. So, me being away from my family was just unheard of. None of us left. We never left Lake Orion, basically. So I was just always homesick. Again, yeah, just didn't appreciate it like I should have. I'm just going to use this side because I clearly can't find my concealer brush. And then I'm just going to use this color corrector by Sigma. Looks like this, just to use under my eyes, just to, I don't know, liven those up. Okay, so then we came back home and Daryl, I'm trying to remember his first job. I just feel, oh, I can't even tell you, we just, again, we were just struggling. I think that's when actually we were the security guards, probably making, God knows how much an hour, probably not much. And then, I became pregnant, so again, what were we thinking? Just crazy. But then in 1992, I had my son Kurt. Now he is my only child. And so when you guys hear me say the kids, I only have one child, but he is married, and I'll get into that in a minute. So those are the kids, but only one of them are mine. So he was born in 92, and now Daryl and I did separate for about a year. I mean, rightfully so. He was kind of, I don't know, the military can do something to you. I'm so grateful for our military, and I'm so grateful that he, was able to serve our country. And Kurt actually joined the military too. Now, he was just a reserve, not just, but he wasn't full time, thank goodness. So, anyway, the military can do something just a little to your, I don't know, it just changes a person. Plus, we got married at 19, so we're growing that way. Anyway, so we separated for a year. Found out that wasn't the best idea, so we got back together clearly. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. Kurt was born, and then, okay, what am I going to do here? Hold on, you guys. I'm like all over the place. Oh, I do want to use this today. I found it by It Cosmetics, and this is called the Glow with Confidence Sun Blush, and I got mine in the shade Sunlit 10. There it is. I can never find the shades. But it looks like this. Now, this, I guess, you can use as a bronzer and a blush. Okay, so I don't even know where I was. So little Kurt was born. He's my only child, and he is the apple of our eyes. He is the best thing that ever happened to us. I mean, we are so incredibly close. He was just a homebody. That kid never left. He absolutely loved hanging out with us. Yeah, he just rarely went anywhere unless it was with us. We truly enjoyed each other's company. And then, of course, he finally, thank goodness, found somebody. And thank goodness we absolutely fell in love with her too. So he found Amanda. And that's when, rightfully so, he branched off. And let me just tell you, though, that was one of the hardest times, for me to get used to, because I was so used to having Gert around. Now, when he joined the service, that was another really hard time on us. I was just devastated. Okay, so this is About Face. I'm going to use this as my powder, but that's how beautiful that is. What is it, the sunbeam, or yeah, sun blush. I absolutely love that. Yeah, but as you can see, you can use that just to kind of use it as a bronzer. And this one here just almost gives like a, I don't know, that pink when you go out in the sun, that pink look, not burnt, but that little just touch of the sun. But if you guys have made it this far, I'm so excited. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. And what I'm giving away is actually It Cosmetics sent me another PR package. Now, they send these to me all the time. And okay, hopefully my eye doesn't water too much here. But they send me this stuff all the time. Now, a lot of this I already have. So I love being able to share these things with you guys. So what you'll be getting is, first of all, you'll be getting their, which is amazing, their Confidence in a Cream full size jar. So yeah, I mean, this stuff is really, really nice. Now, unfortunately, on my skin, it doesn't, I don't know, I can't use it, but my mom does, and she absolutely loves it. So yeah, I use their other one. It's like a gel one, and for some reason, this one does not. There's something in there that my skin it doesn't agree with. So you'll be getting this, and then you'll be getting that blush I was just showing you. A brand new one here, full size, same shade. Yeah, Sunlit 10. And you'll be getting the brush to go with that blush. So if you want in on this giveaway, of course, I'll have all the information down in the description box. And yeah, I get so excited to be able to share these things with you. But make sure to follow the description box or the directions to a T. Otherwise, unfortunately, you can't be in the giveaway. But yeah, get in, go read all the directions very thoroughly. Okay, so again, back to the powder. I'm using About Face. This is in the shade, it's called the Curtain Call veil, and I think I just got mine in translucent, I believe. So, yes, so Amanda, let me get back to Kurt. Yeah, it was just very hard on me to finally let Kurt go, and be, spread his wings and fly. And he flew here to Arizona. But yeah, I knew that was going to be in the cards. And I think deep down, I was just so scared about that because I'm like, we cannot just pick up our lives and move to Arizona. I mean, especially at our age, at the time we were, I know, close to 50 because they've been together, you guys. They're going to be married 5 years this year. Can you believe it? If you've been with me this whole time, I'm sure you remember me getting ready for the wedding and all of that. So, I mean, yeah, it's been, when she told me that they're going to be married 5 years this year. I couldn't even believe it. So back to, I'm trying to think if there's anything I missed major through I'm sure I have. I mean, oh, I work for a dental office still. Back home, I was a manager for a dental office, and I'm still in dental, but now I'm just doing the front desk, which I absolutely love. I don't like that responsibility of being a manager, to tell you the truth. I'm going to use this. I haven't used this forever. Don't you love how I just go from one thing to the next? Oh, Lord. Man Bronzer by LA Girl. I remember just absolutely loving this. I could not stop using it. Well, let's see how I still like it, because I'm just going to add just a little bit, even though you can still see that beautiful sunbeam or sun blush peeking through. So, yeah, I'm trying to even get back. I don't think I've really missed anything major. I'm just very fortunate. We still have both of our parents with us, and my mom actually lives with me. All of my siblings are, doing pretty good, and I have Crohn's, and I'm deaf in one of my ears, and almost deaf in that ear. So, but other than that, I mean, we're all pretty healthy. Thank God for that. I just feel blessed. I know there's a lot of problems, like, health problems, but none of them are, I don't know, that scary to me, I guess, because we've all handled them very well. I just feel blessed that we are all okay. And all of my siblings are still here. I know we're not all that fortunate. And my heart breaks for anyone who's lost their parents or a sibling. I can't even, or a child. I can't even, imagine it. Okay, you guys, this is what happens with my eyes when they water all the time. And I think I figured it out. I think when I apply my skincare, I can almost feel like sometimes it gets into my eye. You guys, I'm really loving my complexion right now. There are things that I definitely would bring out. I'll go through all that in a minute. Okay, so back with I'm just trying to hit on everything as much as possible while I apply my makeup. Oh, my blush I use. Here's my ColourPop. It's called Claim It is the shade. I love this blush. It is so beautiful, very smoothing on mature skin. Yeah, I love this blush. I should have went out and when they had it out, got more colors. So yeah, the thing with Kurt, again, when he spread his wings and went on his way. Oh, he went to college. I'm so proud of him. He's like one of the first kids in our family to go to college. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in marketing. And let me just tell you how proud I was of that. I mean, and he struggled in school too, but he really worked his butt off and got his bachelor degree. And then, while he was still in college, he had met Amanda, and he was actually working at a bank at the time, and they knew each other. That's a whole other story. I think I've told that one before as well, but it's really cute, a story, to tell you the truth. If you ever want to hear it, I will do another video on that, but it's adorable, their story. So anyway, he was working at a bank and in college when he met Amanda again, and they just hit it off. And he graduated, got a really good job, and she has a bachelor's in business. They're just doing amazing. And a parent, that's all we can wish for, in our children is that they succeed, they're successful. And again, I am just so blessed and thankful, how well Amanda and I get along. You hear horror stories of, stepdaughters, daughter-in-laws, and mother-in-laws not getting, that didn't work out very well, so we're not going to do that. It's beautiful, but it doesn't work with a brush. But you hear horror stories of that, and I'm so grateful that we don't have that. We are literally best friends. So anyway, when they got married, again, I knew, oh, this is not, everything that I'm doing in this inner corner is not going well. This does not go, so let me grab something else. Okay, I couldn't find what I'm looking for. God knows where that's at. So I'm just going to use my half magic here. It's beautiful. Hopefully this will work out, and it looks like that. I just want something to brighten up this inner corner. Okay, so yes, I am just so grateful for that. And like I said, I knew they were going to move to Arizona at some point. They moved a little sooner than I was anticipating. And it just broke my heart because I was, my son, I just was losing, seeing him all the time. I was losing my best friend now. And it just was like the saddest times of my life. If you look back on just maybe, I don't know, a few months ago at my videos, you're going to see I'm a different person than I am now. You could just tell. Many of you have mentioned, I just seem so happy because I truly am. Now, let me just tell you, selling your home, picking up and moving, and all of that at a later age is not easy, and it's not fun. And again, one I probably would not recommend, but I'm so grateful that I did it, because I couldn't be more happy. Honestly, I'm not even, kidding you. I'm so incredibly happy. I'm just going to spray my face with Fab Lukes here just to lock everything in. So yeah, I highly probably would not recommend that, but I would if it's going to make you happier. At the time, I didn't know what was going to happen with us. It was a big risk. I will say that. Our house sold really fast, and faster than I really anticipated, and it was a great sale. So that really helped out a lot. For my lips here, I'm going to use my Maybelline lifter here. I just absolutely love this lip liner, and I think the shade is called On It. Yeah, we moved here to Arizona. We are 12 minutes away from the kids, and Daryl had already had a job when we moved down here, so it wasn't like we were coming just blindfolded with nothing, no jobs here. So I took some time off. I was working from home. My boss at home, he became ill with cancer, so he ended up selling the practice at home. But I was helping him from home until he sold the practice. But he's doing okay for now. I will certainly keep you guys posted on that. But for now, he is doing pretty good, actually. A lot better than I was really scared of it, when I was telling you guys. He's doing really good. Okay, so this lip combo I just been absolutely loving. So this is the glow. You guys are, I think, who is that? I can't tell. That is Lucy. I think it's kind of muffled, so I think that's Lucy. If you hear a dog, yeah, hold on. So anyway, where was I? Elf Glow Reviving a Melting Lip Balm. I just been loving this combination. And this is in the shade Vanilla Toffee. So I waited a little bit to get a job, but I do have a job now. Again, it's in dental. That's all I really know. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing until I retire. And I actually really love dental. I truly, truly do. And the job that I have right now, it seems pretty good. I've only been there a couple months, and the girls are very, very nice, and the drive to work is absolutely beautiful. It's just no, like I mentioned before, there will be no job like Dr. Leo's office. I had so much fun there. We were all just very best friends. So, you never know. Here it might all turn, and I'm going to be saying the same thing. Okay, so this is the final look. The standouts in this, I don't know, I guess story time. The standouts for me are these here. I am so glad that I brought these back out. This one here from KBD is absolutely beautiful. Let me see if I can see the shade on that. I think it's called Hail Surge. And everything that I use today will be in the description box if it's still available. So, and the shades. And this one here by She Glam, this one really knocked my socks off. I mean, wait till you see how pigmented that is. It's so beautiful. And hopefully you'll see all the beautiful sparkles in it. So, ooh, you know what you could do too? I'm just going to place a little bit on my finger. Let's see if it comes off on the lips. Oh yeah, it does. It just adds just a little bit of sparkle. Ooh, I love that. So I'm going to be bringing that out more often. Again, I still love this. This is such a beautiful bronzer by LA Girl. I hope they still make this. I know it's not in the stores, but it might be on their website. So everything I use today is really pretty and products that I will be using more often. I will say my complexion right now looks very smooth and healthy. I don't know why I don't bring this one out more often because it is absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, those are the standouts that I haven't used in a very long time. That really, I don't know, made my day and things that I'm super happy that I brought out. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, enjoyed hearing a little bit about me. I'm sure there is so much that I left out that when I go back to editing, I'm going to go, oh, I should have mentioned this, but you know how that goes. Oh, I did bring out one more item. Again, this is by She Glam that I wanted to try. It's their highlighter. So let's just do that. Yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy this type of video. I just felt like it was needed. It was time. It's been a while since I have done something like that. So let me know in the comments if you just like these chatting videos, just, hearing stories or just us hanging out. I would love to hear your thoughts. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, hanging out. I just absolutely love being able to share my life with you. I truly, truly do. I've always said if I don't share it with you, it's almost like it never happened. So thank you so much for being here. Welcome if you're new. If you haven't subscribed, please do so already. I would absolutely love to see you again. Don't forget to get into the giveaway. All the directions will be in the description box. Again, follow them very, very closely. All right, you guys, I can't wait to see you again. I love you so much. And until next time.